Welcome back, everybody. 9:23. If you have questions for Ask the Expert, Recycle Frog with us today. There's the phone number, 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Email us, Facebook us, tweet us. We'll answer your questions, or at least attempt to today. David's here from Recycle Frog. You've got a few ways of testing materials to see their purity and, in turn, their value, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's one quick way. Well, you're right. There's a couple of different things.
Yeah, there's the different things you do. Yeah.
So one of the things we start off with is we use what's called a rare earth magnet. It's about 30 times stronger than a typical fridge magnet.
Okay.
And what it allows us to do is to eliminate things immediately. Anything that sticks to this is not solid gold or solid silver.
Right.
And we don't buy anything plated, so it has to be solid gold.
Yeah, if it's gold plated, you're not going to touch it. Right?
Exactly. So if I was to look at this this bracelet here, I take my magnet. It doesn't stick over it at all.
So it's real gold.
It's real gold. If I was to go over one of our run-of-the-mill 10-cent pieces, our dimes, I just have to bring this over and it just jumps right to it. So this
That's not real silver?
It's definitely not real silver.
What?
But to give you an example, one of the old dimes, we're going back, into the pre-1967,
right,
has at least 50% silver. And
what is that, a penny?
That's a dime.
A dime?
Yep, it's an old dime.
Oh, it is too. So there's the blue nose on it, look.
Anything earlier than 1967 has 80% silver.
Yeah.
Anything sort of 68 or the centennial pieces in 67 are 50% silver.
Wow.
So this allows us to eliminate things really quickly, and then we get into our actual testing.
Right. We'll show you more in a second. I want to get to our first question because we've got Louise who's waiting on the phone this morning. Louise, hi. How are you? Hello, Louise.
She's watching TV.
Hi.
Yeah. Louise, can you turn down your television set, please?
Yep.
There we go. You all set?
My question is, I'd like to know, I have some antique brooches, and they have a lot of stone, and they seem to be precious, but I wouldn't know the difference.
Right.
I was wondering, how do you go about appraising something like that?
That's a very good question. Thank you very much, Louise. And that's, I'm sure, a common question because so much of people's jewelry has stones contained within gold, silver, platinum, whatever.
That's right.
So what happens in that case?
The simple answer is we don't buy stones. We're not certified gemologists, and anybody who can't produce a certificate to say that they are is pulling your leg or trying to pull a fast one. So we don't pretend to be gemologists, and therefore we don't buy anything with stones in it, other than things that we know are literally what we consider to be scrap material. And if we can remove the stone and give it back to you safely, as long as there's no risk of damaging the stone, then we'll do that immediately and give that back to the individual on the spot.
Otherwise, if you feel like you can't remove it safely without damaging the stone and so on, people can still get that removed by a jeweler or what have you.
I would say go to a reputable jeweler that you know and you trust and have that stone removed, because again, you want to be present for that if at all possible.
Right.
And have that exact stone that was removed given right back to you.
Because this isn't a matter of evaluating the jewelry piece itself. No. It is a matter of weight and the value of the gold and the purity of the gold.
That's right.
Using gold as an example, correct?
The terminology I think that we want to make sure people understand is what we do is we evaluate the metal. We don't appraise the item. So appraisals you typically associate with insurance purposes.
Yes.
We don't appraise them because we don't know what that stone is worth. Looking at gold, or silver, it's very easy to determine the value of that because it's simple math. It's the purity of the material.
Right.
Times the weight and looking at the price of gold or silver on that day.
Exactly. It's simple as that. It's not how good the
cut, the clarity,
the stone looks in the gold and all that. Now you've got another way to measure things here, right?
That's right. This is what's called a tri-electronics gold tester.
Right.
It's actually as good as you can get without actually going to a refiner and having your items melted down. And so what it's going to do is it's actually going to run an electrical current through the item that we're testing.
Right.
And then this will determine how quickly that current travels through it.
Is that right?
So how fast it goes through determines how pure the item is. So
no kidding.
Because gold is an excellent conductor of electricity.
Yes.
If something is slowing that current down,
it's not pure.
It's not pure. There's something in there that's not pure. It's
Isn't
not gold.
that funny?
So if I was to, I'll get you to hit the R button.
R. Okay, test. Here comes the answer. It says 23 KR. Is that 23 karat gold?
That's right. So we're talking
That's
something
almost pure gold.
That is almost pure gold. There's something that's just slightly less, giving it a less purity. And that happens a lot because if it was pure gold, you could literally crush it in your hand. So they want to mix a little something in there. And
So a harder metal is in there somehow.
that's right, a copper or a brass or
But
something
still,
like that.
23 karat gold is worth a lot of money.
It is worth a lot of money. If you're looking at these three items here, this was a lady from the Middle East. Actually, I believe she was from Pakistan. She had these three.
She brought them with her?
Yep. She had these
Okay,
three
and it
bangles.
says 48.44 something.
Yep, 48.4, and it's a very sensitive scale. So if you're waving your hand over, you'll see.
So
it
that's
moving.
ounces?
That is grams.
Okay, grams.
Yep. So you've got a little bit, about an ounce and a half of almost pure gold here. So you're looking at, close to about $1,600, $1,700 that she received just for these three bangles alone. So.
And that's the kind of thing that you do on a daily basis.
Every day, all day,
right?
absolutely.
If I have something like this, most people don't know the value or even close to it, right?
No. And one of the things we like to do, and like to say, is that at the very least, you're going to walk away with information about what you have and what is gold, what isn't gold, what is silver, what isn't silver, and how much that actual physical gold or silver is worth. And then you can decide to do whatever you want to do with it.
I mean, it may be worthless, but at least you'll know.
Yeah, and I would say about 80 to 90% of the people that come in and actually get it all done are more than delighted, and they walk away with the
They got cash in their pocket, cash money. All right, one more segment to go here on Ask the Expert. David's here from Recycle Frog, 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Email us, Facebook us, ask those questions. Here's how you get in touch with Recycle Frog. I would suggest a visit to their website to start and go from there, recyclefrog.com. 9:30, we'll be back after this.